Hopefully this thing's on.
Fascination with the trial continues as rumors have quickly spread on social media that the actress had lifted a portion of her testimony from this scene in The Talented Mr. Ripley.
When you have his attention, you feel like you're the only person in the world.
When I was around Johnny, I felt like the most beautiful person in the whole world.
Oh, no, that is a bit too similar, isn't it? What's he going to do next? Dead Poet Society, clamber up on the stone. My captain, my captain!
We fact-checked and found just two slightly similar moments.
It felt like a warm glow.
It's like the sun shines on you.
Now you can see, I would say, the sort of Baudrillard spectacle consuming itself now. Now, this bit of entertainment is itself referencing other bits of actual entertainment. That's kind of amazing. But what other language would they use? We're not living in an age where people would say, oh, it reminds me of Psalm 23 or this bit out of the Quran, or, like, you know, people are gonna go, oh, talented Mr. Ripley. That's all we've got left. What is your life? Have you found yourself emulating sitcoms and magazines? Where did you get your values from? What?
I learned the facts of life from watching the facts of life. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Ah. Welcome. This is your daily Noonerino. We bring up a interesting idea. Again, it kind of carts us back off to the X generation, who is, if not the first generation that was almost exclusively raised by television. I say almost exclusively because, you know, whatever the parents didn't do, the government definitely stepped in to take care of the rest in many different ways. But, hey, this is your 100% journalism-free source of editorialism. Anyway, guys, just wanted to say hello. Happy Tuesday. Call it a Tuesday tune-up. Try to get back into the damn flow of things. I had a few days hiatus there, and had nothing to show for it. Absolutely squat. Nothing. Nada. But there is good news that EPG, my business, is now in the domain name and hosting business. So if you need business hosting and a damn good price and a blazing fast cloud-based system, hey guys, get your hosting from me. I'll hook you up with a good deal. I'm in a position to be able to do so. And if you need a domain name, transfer it over now, and we'll cover your next year with the price of the transfer. So, guys, there's a couple ideas right there if you want to help us, but also think about supporting. If you like this content, that is, go check out my Patreon. It's pretty, it's not new, but it's not very heavily used. But if any time is a time, now I guess is the time. So check out the Patreon. Also, if you want to help, there's also a PayPal link in the description below. But anyway, enough about peddling my wares and self-promotion here. What are we looking at? Yeah, we're looking at a generation that had this propensity to be stuffed in front of a TV. And I guess for the most part, it kind of worked. You know, we learned our numbers, our swear words. We learned how to be desensitized to certain types of violence. And at the same time, we learned how to whatever just about anything that was a threat. We just whatevered it away. Whatever. You know, whatever. Just get on whatever. And it worked. It was a good, you know, who cares about fight or flight, really? Whatever. You know, mom's carrying on with the neighbor. Whatever. You know, dad's running off with the secretary. Whatever. They got drugs for that. Yeah, we lived in quite an interesting time, but we still had I don't know. Still had our feet on the terra firma, you know, on the ground. I think I was of drinking age before they finally outlawed lawn darts. Thank God. Or at least I was a young drinker. But I digress. What are we looking at today on the old Rumble platform? thank you to Rumble, by the way. I said thanks yesterday, but I'll say it again. You kind of fixed your thing. Here's an interesting little soundbite. We're talking about Elon yesterday. Here's I don't know. Let's talk about this after. Hopefully, you're going to get this.
To let Donald Trump back on.
Well, I think there's a general question of should Twitter have permanent bans, and I've talked with Jack Dorsey about this, and he and I are of the same mind, which is that permanent bans should be extremely rare and really reserved for people where they're trying to for accounts that are bots or spam scam accounts where there's just no legitimacy to the account at all. I do think that it was not correct to ban Donald Trump. I think that was a mistake because it alienated a large part of the country and did not ultimately result in Donald Trump not having a voice. He is now going to be on Truth Social, as will a large part of the right in the United States.
And I guess thus cause far more division than the headmasters over at Twitter, would declare to prevent, basically. Now, yeah, that brings up a pretty good point. I don't know what's up with the hat. I'm not here passing judgment or even doing journalism. I'm just passing on the word on the street, as it were. But let's go back over and see what else we've got for today. Oh, a great reset. Oh, from Klaus Schwab. Here's something escaped from former Iranian political prisoner. Speaks out during Ottawa rally. This is something I escaped from. Yeah. Let's talk about being in 2 bad places in a row. Like, lightning does strike twice. Don't hide under trees for shelter, guys. Let's see here.
13th of April, resident of Ottawa saying welcome and waving for freedom-loving people. I saw many Ottawa residents, they're waving their hands, they're waving the flags from the balcony, from the windows. First, I don't accept that all the Ottawa residents are against the march. 12 years ago, 11 years ago, when we were protesting in front of the Ayatollahs in Tehran's street, I saw the same tactics, that. These are the intimidation tactics. It's familiar for me.
Oh, yeah.
Lincoln J for Rebel News, bringing you an
Don't
interview
worry,
with Salman
they'll play that
Salma,
clip in
a
another
political dissident
45
in Iran
seconds.
who
They
came
usually
to
follow up and
Canada
play it
to live
right
under
back.
the freedoms that this country has to offer. With Salman experiencing
Editor needs to
firsthand
learn
what it is like
delivery,
to live
but
in a country where basic
criticize
freedoms are
Rebel.
limited, he finds it extremely important to do what he can to prevent Canada from heading in any sort of similar direction. I spoke with Salman at the Rolling Thunder rally in Ottawa last month, and he shared with me his thoughts on what we have been seeing in the nation's capital with the truckers' convoy back in February and the Rolling Thunder rally just a few weeks ago. If you need to get up to speed with what took place at the truckers' convoy and the Rolling Thunder rally, you can go to our website at convoyreports.com and check out all of our coverage. Enjoy the video, guys.
I came here as a refugee in 2011. I lost my freedom once in my own country in Iran by the Ayatollahs, by the mullahs, by the dictatorships. So I don't want to lose my freedom here again. And yes, Canada is a free country. I know that. We are here, we are freely protesting with some problem. But in compare with 2019, in compare with 2-3 years ago, we lost lots of freedom.
What do you think about the police tactics that we saw last night? Very similar to what we saw in February with the truckers. What are your thoughts on it?
When I escaped Iran, I remember that 12 years ago, 11 years ago, when we were protesting in front of the Ayatollahs in Tehran's street, I saw the same tactics, you know that? These are the intimidation tactics. It's familiar for me, and it's so sad because this is something that I escaped from. I came here for freedom, and I see something, and I see something that I saw it 12 years ago in Tehran's street when we were chanting against the regime. But you know that this is a grassroots movement. Nothing can stop us, and you can see that day by day in Toronto, in Calgary, in Barrie, in lots of small city, in lots of small town, we have a freedom-loving Canadian. They are just dancing for freedom. They are celebrating their freedom. They are waving the Canadian flag. And I think that waving Canadian flag in front of the parliament, it should not be considered as a crime, but they consider as a crime. Such an irony world we are living in it. I saw many Ottawa residents, they're waving their hands, they're waving the flags from the balcony, from the windows. 13th of April, resident of Ottawa saying welcome and waving for freedom-loving people. First, I don't accept that all the Ottawa residents are against the march. Many of them are supporting us. And second, you know that I do believe that. I saw that. We are peaceful, we are from different backgrounds, but united for freedom. And whenever police defend from the people in front of the government, we call it liberty. When the police officer defend government in front of the people, we call it tyranny, okay? And you see that. I was here in February. We had this line open. People can go, emergency vehicle, ambulances, everyone can go from the one line. And then now, police officers block the road. And this is one of their tactics, you know that? They literally dividing the people. Why? Because freedom unites us, and the police officers gonna divide the people to control more people. And we are here to say no. We are here to waving the Canadian flag. We are here for freedom. And the parliament, I saw that some Ottawa residents said that, go your home. Parliament should be the home for the people, and we are in our home.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the report. If you want...
Well, thanks to Rebel News for that. Say what you want about the guys. At least some people are trying to do some honest journalism out there. And despite whoever backs their play and whatever, at least we know that there's some at least decent bodies on the ground where they need to be, at least showing the other side. That's going to be the new motto, I think, for the Daily Noonerino, showing the other side from the other side, but it's kind of cheesy. It's a little bit cliche, so I don't know. If you have any suggestions, go ahead, pop them down in the comments wherever you see this video. We are today, we happen to be on the YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on DLive, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're also on Rumble. I didn't feel like setting up a stream for Odyssey today, but you know, it is what it is. But 13 minutes and 53 seconds going in. If you're just tuning in right now, it's about 2 o'clock p.m. And right now, at this moment on EPGN Radio, I believe Steve Roberts is live with Cancel the Cabal right now. So if you head over to radio.epgn.ch/listen, that's /listen, you can go ahead and listen to our radio station online right now with Steve Roberts. Cancel the Cabal. Anyway, this show you can always come back to, as it's going to be recorded, and you can always come back to it. His show, on the other hand, is live, and who knows when we'll play the replay for that. Anyway, that is all there about that. What else we got going on for you? Let's see here. Let's check the good old Rumble feed. So far, Rumble seems to be the most adamant in supporting freedom of speech as far as video players go, but let's see if Twitter comes in and does its part as it has claimed, or as its new management has claimed. But like I said, only time can tell. That whole process, I'm betting on taking a little while. But taking his time is not necessarily Elon's first claim to fame. So we'll see. Best Buy employee plays better defense. Okay, 15 seconds of dim-witted fun. No dog videos today. What's going on here?
No sir, bitch just pulled up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100 steak and I don't like the texture. You can die today, just scratch out yes.
See that again.
No sir, bitch just pulled up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100 steak and I don't like the texture. You can die today, just scratch out yes.
Yeah, they organized pretty quick there. They're taking motherfuckers out. I wish they had just kept rolling just a little longer. Probably had to get used in a court of law, the takedown itself. So I wonder if that's why we can't get to see it. But, oh, well, all the good shots get used. I wonder who it was defending. Unless the dudes got fucked up. They got fucked up for screwing with the freaking Geek Squad. They'll be rolling. Rolling. Oops, sorry. I think I just peaked my mic. Probably doesn't need to be so hot over there on the mixer. That's probably exactly what the situation was. All right. Is that more sensible? I think it is. More sensible volume. Check. All right, good. Now we're not getting too... well, I hope anyway. We'll see. See how it sounds. Yeah, I'm running the signal dry. I'm not running through any compression. I'm not putting it through any EQ right now. I'm going to be playing with some tests later on today. I'm going to try something else because I think that was helping it crackle out. And, you know, it was kind of snapping and crackling and popping before. Who knows if it's doing it now. It doesn't look like it. Usually I can spot it on the meters because it jumps around. And it's not jumping around. Oh, what's this docu-series by Rebel News? I won't even think about that crap today. Vaccine injured First Nations healthcare worker tells her story. 30 minutes. Well, we're not going to hang around. CBC writer slams Mother's Day for focusing on women's contextual relationship to men. Wow. All right. Fantastic. First you go after the kids, you go after the mums and the dads, and now you're going after mums and dads day. Well, right now so far you're focusing on Mother's Day. They're just trying to create division anywhere they possibly can for any sort of ratings. These mainstream organizations seem to be like these floundering friggin' suckerfish, like in some shitty creek system somewhere, trying to survive the drought and trying to get into any deeper waters where they could potentially find a place to suckle. But no, we're drying them up one by one. They're kind of they're flopping around like little shit bags that they are. Anyway, that's enough of an image of that. I grew up in a place called Stony Creek, so I kind of know exactly what that looks like, and it smells bad, let me tell you. It smells horrible. But let's just, moving on. Biden laughing hysterically about the inflation that's crushing American families. All right, well, here's your Biden moment of the day, I suppose. There might be a couple of them if we're lucky.
You know, I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything. No, it really has been a tough first year for you, Mr. President. And sure.
Funny, yeah, gas prices are up. I guess it's because of all the gaslighting. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, all the gaslighting. Get it? All right, see what else we're missing here. Dr. Joe holds by and has he struggled to locate ground. Oh, jeez. He does look.
Let me get in these conversations, so I want to. And Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona, where are you, Miguel?
Yeah, where is Mark?
He says, there he is. He's educating people in the back. There you go.
Did you say Naomi too?
I didn't see Naomi.
She's over here. How can you miss her?
I tell you what, Naomi, how are you? That's my granddaughter, our eldest granddaughter.
And her fiance.
And I can't see.
And Peter.
And Peter. You all have to know all this, you know, it's really important. Secretary of Interior, Deb Howland. Where's Deb? She's here.
I didn't bring my bifocals out. Getting old sucks, what can I say? I don't know if he's, I don't know. The jokes are locking and loading, and I might just double feed and actually just misfire. So, Hunter Biden, sugar brother, Taco Bell goes woke. Oh, really now? That's an hour to somebody else's show there. Catholic wow, they're still, wow, okay. Wow, from yesterday. Some leftovers from yesterday's news that I didn't touch then. I'm probably not touching it now. Just because I don't want to talk about it. That's the joy of doing your own show. You choose what not to talk about. It's just, it doesn't matter what view you hold, because every situation is different. It's not a topic that you can really talk about objectively. As soon as you try to, someone's saying, "No, fuck you." Yeah, this might have been my. Can anyone explain what's going on? No. How's that for your answer? Russian ambassador hit with red paint while laying flowers at Soviet War Memorial in Poland. I guess there's the original footage where he didn't wear a Mexican hat. I just found it. Prince Charles announces the government's top priority. Oh, this ought to be good. All right, from the tippy top. What do we got here?
Her Majesty's government's priority.
Her Majesty's government's priority
strengthen the economy.
Is strengthen the economy.
Help ease the cost of living for families.
Could help ease the cost
Her
of living
Majesty's
for
government
families.
will level up opportunity in all parts of the country and support more people into work.
What country do we live in again?
Her Majesty's ministers will continue to support the police to make the streets safer and fund the National Health Service to reduce the COVID backlogs. In these challenging times, Her Majesty's government will play a leading role in defending democracy and freedom across the world, including continuing to support the people of Ukraine.
Wasn't that neck piece? Wasn't that like I don't know, wasn't that like old German former fascist organization emblem? I'm just curious. You saw it. I ain't doing it again. That was creepy. Here's all countries. Government's mum would like you to know that we are thinking about you. Things are rough, rather tough, I know. Look at me. I don't know if this is a walking stick or a musket. Shit. Barely could you see the guy's lips moving. Well, that's your monarchy. That shouldn't matter, but apparently it does, because you live in a democracy where we have high reverence for a monarch, because that makes sense. Yet we still have a parliamentary process, which don't try to figure it out. It won't. Yeah. Means that the mob is alive. I almost want to see that again. Oh, can anyone explain what is going on today? What?
Oh my God, it's so nice. It's so nice. How's the family?
Is this what we're doing?
Everybody okay? You okay? Are you okay? Oh, it's so nice.
Oh. Well, I got two words that in response to that, and they both begin and end with F. Well, the one of each. Fuck off. That's what it is. Jesus. All right. That's how we're handling things in the future. That's how we're going to handle, the flu. What else? And by the way, this is not your source of medical or financial information or any real useful information whatsoever. This is your daily Noonerino and your host, Robert J. Morris. Like I was saying, Cancel the Cabal is playing right now on EPGN Radio, which you can have a listen if you go to radio.epgn.ch. Listen. That's a /listen. And yeah, preceding it was radio.epgn.ch. So yeah, head on over there if you want to listen to Steve Roberts with Cancel the Cabal. And tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, that's 4 p.m. in the East Coast, and 9 o'clock Irish time, you can catch Sean McGuire with Out of the Bag. And that's at 9 o'clock Irish time tomorrow, Wednesday, and that's 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. And that's to be specific. Okay, anyway, moving on. What else we got going on here? I think that's going to be about it for today. James O'Keefe, opening statement on DOJ and FBI overreach. All right, we'll end on a Project Veritas note. All the people that are featured here today on today's show, do check them out. Do subscribe. Start up an account on Rumble. You can do it for free. They have some pretty decent paid options as well. Do whatever. But if you're going to support somebody, support EPGN, because I could use your help right now. Anyway, the ways you can do so are in the description below. And here, we'll go out on this note here.
Congressman Biggs and members in attendance, thank you for allowing me the opportunity this afternoon to tell my story. I especially want to thank all members of the House Judiciary Committee for the recent unanimous bipartisan support of new legislation protecting journalists from government overreach. These are important first steps.
Yeah.
But as we face a government that in May of 2021 promised the seizure of journalist data is, quote, simply wrong, unquote, and, quote, will not happen, while simultaneously actively seizing journalists' data, it is clear that the framework of journalist protection that relies upon the government to tell the truth, well, that framework is not enough. My home was raided by armed FBI agents in the pre-dawn hours of November 6, 2021. I was the third journalist at Project Veritas handcuffed that November. The FBI took off with 47 devices from our newsroom. The FBI wanted evidence of a crime related to a diary written by Ashley Biden containing allegations about what she described as, quote, probably inappropriate, unquote, behavior by her father, President Joe Biden. The diary and other items supposedly belonging to Ashley Biden were lawfully given to us by sources who had been in possession of those items before Project Veritas was ever even contacted by the sources. And we have a little video clip here of the raid. In short, we did nothing wrong other than the non-crime of investigating a story as journalists do. When we reached out to the Biden campaign for comment, Ashley Biden's attorney, a woman named Roberta Kaplan, responded by saying, quote, we should send to the Southern District of New York, unquote. In just 24 days, Ms. Kaplan got her political favor fulfilled when the Southern District of New York approved the first of 19 secret subpoenas, orders, and warrants, which gave the Department of Justice unfettered access to my and other reporters' newsroom email and phone data, complete with gag orders, preventing us from knowing about the seizures and doing anything about it, including at least 2 gag orders obtained behind the federal judge Annalisa Torres's back after she had granted our motion appointing a special master over the Department of Justice, where she said it was to protect our, quote, journalistic privileges, unquote. The Department of Justice's actions are patently unconstitutional. So much so, the ACLU and the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press quickly denounced the Department of Justice's seizures. 200,000 of our newsroom's emails were seized. Numerous cell phones, 47 devices. Contrast that with this. To date, the special master has only deemed 355 documents potentially responsive. Yet even these 355 documents are protected under the freedom of the press, an argument the government called recently, quote, a newly invented privilege, unquote, and a, quote, novel theory. Let that sink in. The government even argued that in order to avoid disclosing our confidential journalist data, we must first disclose our confidential journalist data so the government can be satisfied that we are in fact innocent. This is directly in conflict with United States law. The Supreme Court ruled in 2001 in Bartnicki v. Vopper that the mere receipt and eventual return of materials for innocent news gathering purposes is First Amendment protected activity, period. In the Project Veritas headquarters, there's a sign when you walk into our building. It says, this organization is protected by patriots, referring to the millions of Americans who support our work and afford us the ability to defend the right of journalists to report on stories critical of even the most powerful people and politicians in the world. But what of the unknown reporter? No one knows his name. His wages are printed words. The thirst for truth courses through his blood. He believes in the maxim, even if only one person listens to my investigative report, it's worth doing, because the truth matters. We must protect that person so that what happened to me never happens to him. One, I'm calling on all of you to create a Bartnicki hearing, a requirement that before subpoenas, warrants, or orders seeking to seize journalists' information can issue, the government must first give notice and a hearing to the journalist, with the burden of proof resting squarely on the government to clearly and convincingly, the clear and convincing standard above the probable cause standard, prove the journalist in fact played a part in committing the crime being investigated, rather than requiring the journalist to prove with negative of innocence. Innocent until proven guilty, that concept is incompatible with probable cause against a journalist. 2, codify the right of journalists to challenge any subpoena, warrant, or order seeking to seize data from a third party, where that data includes the journalist's information. No more secret seizures of journalist information, period. 3, fix the Privacy Protection Act and the 2703D process to provide for clear and meaningful damages to reporters who, like Project Veritas, have to spend millions in legal fees and legal bills to defend themselves from such egregious violations of the First Amendment. What steps you take now as members of Congress to protect freedom of the press are essential. By the time they come to your door with a battering ram, it's already too late. The violation of the Constitution are already too egregious. The battering ram was already at my door, but your work will save the unknown reporter so this never happens again on American soil. Thank you.